I don't even know how to begin about Trump looking at the heavens and say he's the chosen one. What the fuck is going on here? It's one thing to be nuts, which he is. It's something else again to start to buy into the shit that people are feeding to him, that he is the Messiah or this. What really gets me is the way he, somebody who says, well, the Jews will be happy because this is the second coming or some such shit. No, you dumb fucks. There hasn't been a first coming yet for the Jews, but who's going to argue? I mean, in terms of Messiah. See, here I go again. Let me back up. And speaking of the orange bastard, Trump again today continued his attack on Jews, on American Jews. Today, this dumb son of a bitch thanked a conspiracy theorist who's on radio, and goddamn to hell, you radio networks that allow these fuckers on the air. Fuck your First Amendment. It doesn't apply when they're preaching violence and destruction and disruption. Anyway, he thanked this dumb son of a bitch, what's his name? Wayne Allen Root. I wonder if he's related to Dylan Root, the one who walked into a church in Charleston and murdered 9 people while they were holding prayer service. I wonder. Trump thanked this bastard for saying on the air that Jews in Israel love the president, quote, like he's the king of Israel, end quote. This ignorant savage Root said that, and Trump just sucked it up. And thanked the bastard for saying it. And he doubled down, Trump did, on his efforts to pit American Jews against one another. Trump is a divider without equal. Now he wants Jews to fight each other. 89% or is it 83% of American Jews are self-identified as Democrats. The other 17 or 14 or 12%, I don't understand their reasoning for supporting Trump or any Republican. Is it all about support for the state of Israel? I know some of my listeners would say, fuck yes, Mike. But accusing Jews in this country of disloyalty if they voted for Democrats, it's like Hitler. It's exactly like Hitler. And if Jewish organizations don't like the comparison, I'm fucking sorry. I realize the Holocaust is unique to this point. But this is exactly the lead up that brought Germany to the point of the Holocaust. This kind of shit. Hitler telling the Jews, well, if you don't support me, you're disloyal, get the fuck out of the country. And a lot of them fled. And then the doors shut. And 6 million of them were destroyed. I wonder how Netanyahu, that fascist fucker, I wonder how he feels today. He doesn't give a shit. Why should he care? He knows Trump is insane. He knows that the Christian evangelicals in this country will never forego their obligation to cut his fucking throat. If Messiah returns, these Christians have this fucking weird idea, and the Jews don't convert immediately, Netanyahu knows this bullshit. There's not going to be any Messiah returned. So Netanyahu can suck up to these assholes in this country, these Christian evangelicals. And he does suck up to them, and they suck up to him because they're religiously insane, and he's a power-mad Middle Eastern dictator. But for the second day in a row, Trump brought up that Nazi and Russian Soviet trope about the Jews having a dual loyalty. You can never trust a Jew. What did Trump, when Trump was running for the presidency, didn't he address a group of American Jews and say something about your president, referring to Netanyahu? And the Jews in that audience looked at each other, what the fuck is he talking about? But that's the mindset. Trump is an anti-Semite down to the fucking bottoms of his feet. And don't let the conversion of his daughter mislead you into thinking he gives a shit about Jews in any way other than a means to an end. And then today, he said, when he was standing at the White House, listen to this fucker, quote, if you want to vote Democrat, you're being very disloyal to Jewish people and very disloyal to Israel, end quote. What the fuck is he talking about? He knows what he's talking about. This is the wedge. He's telling the Jews of America who wouldn't vote for this cocksucker under any conditions, but he's saying to them, if you vote Democrat, you're voting against Israel. This is how rotten Trump is. I mean, this man is rotted inside. If he were ever to have abdominal surgery and they opened him up, you know what they'd find? Rat warrens and rotted shit and spider webs and nests of evil things creeping and crawling around. What? Kathy gave me the look. She thinks sometimes that I'm crazy, especially when I say shit like that. So this Wayne Allen Root fucker hosts a radio show on Newsmax TV. Yeah, there's an organization that ought to be driven off the fucking networks, right? Newsmax? Right. Newsmax. This is what President Asshole tweeted. Quote, thank you to Wayne Allen Root for the very nice words. President Trump is the greatest president for Jews and for Israel in the history of the world, not just America. He's the best president for Israel in the history of the world. And the Jewish people in Israel love him like he's the king of Israel. They love him like he is the second coming of God. You dumb fuck. The Jews don't believe in a second coming. They haven't had a first coming. But never mind. But American Jews don't know him or like him. They don't even know what they're doing or saying anymore. It makes no sense. But that's okay if he keeps doing what he's doing. This is what this psycho fucking Root on this crazed conspiratorial shithole Newsmax television said about Trump. And Trump just bathes in it like a pig rolling around in swill. Trump just, oh, yes. And while he's repeating this to the line of reporters who are standing there like fucking zombies being tossed dead shit to eat, I don't know why do you show up out there? But as he's saying this, he's talking about, he looks to the heavens and he says he was what? Chosen. The chosen one to deal with China. He's the and he looks to the sky. The chosen one. Holy fucking hell. Jonathan Greenblatt, the head of the ADL, Anti-Defamation League, said today on CNN, quote, it is the height of hypocrisy to use Christian theology to bully Jews and to push out some messianic complex Literally, it's hard to think of something less kosher than telling the Jewish people, you're the king of Israel, and therefore we should have some fidelity to you for that reason. I don't know if he's read the Bible, but in the Old Testament, that's not what we believe, end quote. Oh, come on, Greenblatt. Stand up on your fucking hind legs and call him what he is. Trump read the Bible? Trump can't read a fucking comic book, which is pretty much what the Bible is, as well as being a horror story. 2 Corinthians. Walk into a bar. Oh. Oh my God. It's just madness, folks. I mean, it really is. And yet, in spite of all this, some American Jews came out and supported this fucking maniac today. The Republican Jewish Coalition said that they, the coalition, take Mr. Trump seriously, but not literally. What the fuck does that mean? It means nothing. It's gibberish. Representative Lee Zeldin of New York, a Republican who's a Jew, praised Trump for his support of the Jewish community in Israel. Zeldin said the president was right to push back on what Zeldin calls the, quote, Omar Tlaib wing of the Democratic Party. The Omar Tlaib party of the wing of the Democratic Party, you see what they're doing. You see what Trump and these filthy pigs are doing. Chuck Schumer also addressed Jewish Republicans today with a different message. Schumer, of course, is Jewish. He said, quote, to my fellow American Jews, particularly those who support Donald Trump, when he uses a trope that's been used against the Jewish people for centuries with dire consequences, he is encouraging, wittingly or unwittingly, anti-Semites throughout the country and the world. Enough, end quote. Chuck Schumer. No, Chuck, it's not enough. And you fucking know it's not enough. And it's never going to be enough. This son of a bitch is painting a target on your back, Senator Schumer, and every American Jew. Trump is painting a huge bullseye. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.